Hey guys, come on in, come on in. Today's gonna be a fun day. We have a lot of really cool stuff. I'm already burping. We already have a lot of cool stuff that we're gonna work on today. What are we doing today? Well, we're gonna be adding some beautiful sort of gramophone, old school music to the level. We're gonna add blood decals. We're gonna add handwriting decals on the walls. We're going to add elevator mechanics to our world. There's a lot of stuff we're going to do today. And I did want to say a huge thank you, as always, to Derek, Tim Kropp, and Omar S. Thank you guys so much for joining Full-Time Game Dev. It does support the development of Father, because when you guys join the program, well, it funds me and my team as we make Father. And it also funds this channel, which is really awesome. But more importantly, it does support those of you who are students, because, well, the game course is called Full-Time Game Dev, and it's all about how to start your own game studio. So if you're interested, there's 2 coupons below to get 50% off. You're also going to get these bonus courses. This is going to end this week. So on Friday, this ends. So if you guys want to get this massive bundle of courses for a huge discount, plus, hey, free t-shirt as well, be sure to check it out below. There's 2 coupons available. You're going to learn everything I've learned in the last 15 years of making indie games. It's a massive program: 2D art, C#, Unity, workbooks, Kickstarter, how to get funded from publishers, how to do this with just a demo. Believe it or not, I've done this multiple times, and we're probably going to do it a 3rd time, and how to hit the Steam front page. Tons of stuff to learn in this course. And again, free t-shirt. I'll give you a shout out tomorrow during the live stream. And by the way, if you're a student, let us know in the chat, and I'll say hello to you on the other side. Let's go. By the way, guys, feel free to download my free 2D game kit below. It's totally free. It's my treat to you. I used this exact 2D game kit to make a game for PewDiePie in 14 days, and then I got to play it in front of his subscribers, which was really awesome. So download that. Use it however you want. It's my treat to you. Yeah. Okay. All right, so the first thing we need to do is we need to add elevator sounds to this elevator. A ding sound, right? What we're going to do here is we're going to go to artlist.io. And hello, Ignited CMS. How are you? Welcome, welcome. We're going to go to artlist.io. Okay, so give me just a sec. Let's head on over to artlist.io and look for an elevator ding sound, and also an elevator door opening sound. Make sure I sign in here. There we go. Okay, so elevator bell. Okay, let's see what we got. I don't really like that. Ooh, I love that. So those are great sounds. Let's download those. We definitely need those. Okay. And who knows what audio or sound program we're going to use for this? Does anybody know? What is the software that we like to use? That's it. That's the bell we want. Hello. Download that one. So we got 2 sounds downloading here. Yes, yes, yes. So we're going to download all of those. I'm going to try and make that opening door sound a little bit more metallic and grindy. Okay, creepy, right? So let's go ahead and go to the search bar here and type in Metal Gear. And let's try and get like a gear sound. What? No. No? Okay, let's just see what we got here. I don't like any of those. All right, we've definitely got the door bell sound. So I'm just going to isolate this one sound, okay? Let's skip that. Skip. So actually, this is the opening sound. Okay, I feel like it needs to be squeakier. So let's see if we could find some kind of, maybe a metal door, squeak. See what we got. Hey, there we go. Excuse the cough today, guys. I have been, it's been a weird summer. Most of you know this by now, but kind of been a weird mental summer. Lots of weird stuff going on mentally. Just anxiety and stuff like that. Working on that. But also, just sick all summer long. Well, at least I'm exaggerating. Last month I've been sick. Just constantly sick. So it's been weird. Hey, I love that. Okay, let's go ahead and grab both of them. Come on. And I believe we could play multiple sounds here, so let's take a look here. We've got this door open sound, and it's going to emit particles, but it's not going to play any sounds, which is great news, because the sounds are actually going to be specific to our component here. If we go to our actual door component, there we go. We have a, yes. Okay, so we've got a door lock sound. We've got an unlock door sound. We've got an open sound. Do we have a close sound? Maybe. Let's see here. Door close one. Yep, it plays a sound, which is this squeak sound. Ah, crap. So what we need to do, guys, is we need to create a new animator, and it's going to play these sounds. Although I will say, we'll do it a different way. I've got an idea, okay? Sorry, I'm being a little bit confusing. Let's go ahead and get our door open sound working. So this right here. Great. And then we're going to just get that beep sound as well. Actually, we don't need the beep sound. So we're going to do a little fade in. I don't really want to hear that beep. Okay, so this is going to be our elevator door open sound. Let's go ahead and save it into our proper folders here. You know what's funny is, why is Windows Explorer always look different depending on the software you use? Like, this is old. It looks like it's from the 90s. Okay, let's go to our sounds here, and we're going to do elevator open. Okay. We also need a reverse sound. Tracks, mix and render. Can we reverse it? What happens? No, but we could probably just lower it maybe. Yep, that's fine. So we're just gonna have two different sounds: elevator open and then elevator close. Okay. Now, what we need to do, we need to actually change this event system to, instead of playing a sound, we need like playing a sound by just selecting it here in the inspector in the event. We need to actually just make sure that we are able to change it. Okay. I don't want the same sound playing for elevator doors and regular doors. By the way, we have one door prefab and we have one door class. There's no different doors, right? But what we are doing is the animation changes depending on the door. Okay, so in this case, it's opening this way as opposed to flinging open. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get this fixed up, guys. There's our door open sound. That's interesting. Why are we playing two sounds? I'm confused. So this is our open sound here. That's weird. So I don't know whether we're playing sounds through here or not. Let's see here. We have, yeah, so it looks like it's not, yep. So I feel like that's the close sound. Okay. Okay. So the close sound is the only one that plays a sound in the animator itself. Got it. The open sound, yep, opening is played via the script. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to go to the, looks like we have animator functions here. Good, good, good. And we have a unique sound 1, and then we can play a unique sound 2. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into our animator functions, and let's just create two different slots to put sounds. And really, all we need is one sound. Let's double check. Come on, guys. Hey, North, how you doing? Is that Josh? Is that what your name is? It's Josh? That's right, Josh. How's the hurricane, dude? Okay, so that's our close sound. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our doors, okay? I just want to get the doors set up properly. So we have this door here, and it's going to play this close sound, okay? So I'm going to change this to play unique sound 1, okay? And then I'm going to change this one to play unique sound 1. Yep. And then we're going to go to the actual door itself, go to the animator functions, and have it play this sound. Large door close. Okay, there we go. So it's going to play that sound, but it's referencing this right here instead, right? So that means we can change it for the elevator, right? The door close sound for the elevator can be different, right? All right, so let's take a look at this door here. Good, good, good. Elevator doors. Awesome. Now we can change the unique sound. So this is going to be elevator close. And then there's also an elevator door open sound inside of the actual door script right here. Door open sound. Good, good, good. So this is elevator open. Now for the open sound, let's just go ahead and throw in that bell. Okay, so it's all just one sound. So let's go to our doorbell here, or our elevator bell. What's this one? Ooh, and there's a cool close sound. I like that. So we definitely want this one. I'm just going to grab it really quick. This is a great sound that we can use when it actually opens up, right? And when it hits the walls, play that sound. I love that sound. So let's grab that one and put it right here. And then right here, fade it out. And let's take a look here. You know, how long is the sound? There's close. Okay, what is that? Play unique sound 1, play sound. Okay, so it's going to play a large door close sound right here. Good. I think that's fine. That sounds fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and save this sound here. I love that. That's great. Okay, we're going to mix and render those. We're going to bring it down a little bit so we're not getting any peaking. And just pull the volume down just a tad so it's between -12 and -6. We're going to fade out. Excuse me. Okay, export as a wave sound. Elevator, and this is elevator open, right? So this should be good, honestly. So let's take a look here. Elevator doors, make sure our elevator open sound is going to play properly. Good, good, good. All right, you guys want to test it out, see how it sounds? Let's hit play. Yeah, so we're going to, once you get on the elevator, it'll load the level. I'm not sure if we'll do a fade out or not.
Lucky one. This is your host, Mr. Tinker. I'm so thrilled to have you join our little page. Remember, keep your eyes peeled for the velvet ticket. Once you find it, insert it into the elevator. Floor. Try not to be nervous. The whole world is watching.
Okay, let's take a look. So I'm getting this weird shadow. I don't know what it is. Something happened in the bake, but let's take a look here. Good, okay. So it looks like the elevator's opening too fast. Open 1, let's see here, double check here. There's open 1. Open 2 is Then there's closed. Okay. Then here's the close sound. It should play the close sound right there. Huh. I don't know what's going on. Close. Okay, so let's bring the spawn point over here, just so we don't have to run through that all over again. I'm going to clear our save files, hit play. Let's take a look one more time. Yeah, each level is its own scene, correct. Why? Okay, so it looks like we have a few issues here. When we open this up, it's playing a weird sound. So let's double check. There's large door close. I see. So that needs to be, I don't know why it did that, but it needs to be elevator close. There we go. So let's take a look and see if that fixes our problem. I don't know why it's opening so fast. Let's double check. Oh no, that's fine. Good. Okay, it's fine. Let's hit play again. Good morning, PJ. How are you? Bob Millen, how you doing? Good morning. Come on in, guys. Good. And then you select your floor. Pretty cool, huh? And that's where you insert your ticket. So you have to get the ticket to be able to go up the elevator. Now, we don't want any Doppler here. So we're going to remove the Doppler from the audio source. It's what's creating that pitch shift. So we'll remove that, which is right here. Turn off the Doppler level. That's kind of silly. We don't really need that. So the elevator is done, actually, at least the doors, right? Let's move on to adding some sweet gramophone music to a few areas, okay? So I'm curious if I have a file saved. Ooh, look, that's funny. We've got this gramophone here. So this gramophone is going to play music when we enter into the dining room, okay? So we can have it playing all the time, right? I just need to make sure its 3D settings are set up. And by the way, those just joining us, just remember you can get 50% off my massive program that's going to take you 2 months to finish up, even more if you take it, if you take your time. It's 50% off right now. It's a freaking huge program. It's going to teach you how to start a game studio, the business side of things, the marketing side of things, reaching out to investors, publishers, getting money before you even finish your game, how I did it, how I continue to do it. I have 3,000 students worldwide. It's a great course, and you're going to get 3 bonus courses and also a free t-shirt. It is a premium program. So for those of you who are wondering, hey, Thomas, why is this program pricey? It's because it's huge, and it's actually taught by somebody who's doing it. It is a really, really good program. I wish I had taken something like this when I started my game studio. Okay, but there's 2 coupons available below. Guys, let's go ahead and see if we can find in our downloads folder if we have the public domain song that we downloaded a long time ago. I don't think we do. So what we're going to need to do is find some public domain jazz music, okay? So the way way I like to do this is just anything like 1920s is, if you can find a jazz song, it's probably not copyrighted, and there's nobody's going to sue you because they're all dead, right? So I type in public domain jazz 20s music, and we see what we can find here. Archive.org. Okay, this one might be good. This is great. Let's take a look. No, there's a different one. There's a better website. Here it is. Yes, this is great. I love this one. So we can go to search, or actually go to, no, where is it? Tags. Go to tags. Yes. And we can look for 1920s. Or maybe jazz. Jazz. 1930. What do we got here? We got Claire, this one right here. So let's see what this one is. Might be loud. Sorry, guys. Wait for that one to load. I don't know why it's taking forever to load. 1926. What do we got? No, we're not going to get any of that music that's born in the hill country of Thomas Brush. We don't want that. We want 1920s jazz. Female vocals. This was great. I love when there's female vocals. Yes. Guys, I just love my life. Let's download this. And I'm going to make sure I download it in my downloads folder because I want to edit it a little bit. Maybe increase the pitch or the speed just a tad, right? Because, hey, I want it to feel a little bit like Insidious. Or no, is it Conjuring? The Conjuring has jazz music in it, right? Hey, let's give a little bit of encouragement to Ninja Poo. That's a funny name. Ninja Poo Games. Ninja Poo Games says, I work full time and I put in 3 to 4 hours a night and all day on weekends outside of family stuff. And still, it took longer than that because there's so much info packed into it. Oh, I was trying to encourage you. I thought you were saying you were doing that for your game. But then again, you're saying you're taking my course. And wow, that's awesome. That's great. Okay, let's take a look how this sounds. Okay, I like to make it go a little bit higher. I like doing a speed change because a pitch change, you get weird flutters. But a speed change, it's like a natural algorithm that just compresses everything. So I think I would much rather just do like a 10% change. Let's take a look. Yes, you're in rapture. You have to get out. You've got to get out of here. You've got to leave. They're going to cut your eyes out. Get out. Get out. Okay, we're going to add that randomly so that people have just a moment of like, what? So we're going to do some silence. We'll probably put it right there and then do some silence here. Generate silence. And then it'll play. And then we'll do a lower or a higher pitch or a lower pitch here for my voice. We're going to change the add some distortion. You have to get out. You've got to get out of here. Okay, good. Apply. Close. We're going to mix this down to mono. And then we're going to add a little bit of a graphic equalizer. We're going to really kill it, right? We're going to just remove the treble and the bass. You have to get out. You've got to get out of here. You've got to leave. They're going to cut your eyes out. Get out. Get out. And then just a pop sound, like a and then we're good. Okay? So static pop. There we go. And just throw that in there. Nothing crazy, right? There it is. What? It's like, whoa, we're getting freezings. What just happened? What is all this crap? Huh. Tons of stuff just got added. I don't know what happened. And then just a... There it is, right there. We got to bring it over, so we got to zoom into it because it's not allowing us to grab it. Whab it. And then pull it over. One more. Ready, guys? So we'll just put it right here. And then one here. And then pitch. What did you say? Lionel says, how the F do you know how exactly what to search for? I've been making these kind of tropes in my games for 10 years. Get out. Get out. And we'll just add a little bit of silence here. That's fine. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and save this. Let's double check.
You have to get out. You've got to get out of here. You've got to leave. They're going to cut your eyes out.
Okay, so I don't like this. I think it's cheesy. So we'll delete that. Tracks, mix and render. Pull this back.
Get your eyes out. Get out. Get out.
And then cut that. Pull it here. Extend it just a little bit.
Get out. Get out.
Okay. They're going to cut your eyes out, blah, blah, blah. Export as a wave. And then we're just going to do, put it in the music folder. And I'm just going to do Rolls Royce Papa. This is public domain, just so I know that this is... Because a lot of times I'll put in tracks, like sample tracks in the game, and I'm like, wait, is this public domain or not? So I want to make sure that I know that this is public domain so I'm not going to get in trouble, right? And that's good. So we're going to go ahead and just, anytime there's a gramophone, there's going to be an audio source on it. It's going to be reverby, right? So we're going to have it in the reverb zone. We're also going to have a spatial blend of 3D, fully 3D. But I'm thinking like maybe 50, maybe 60 is the logarithmic roll-off. But I want it to go all the way to 0, okay? So I want it to volume out to 0, all the way down to 0. I actually really, I don't know why, but I like linear. I prefer a linear roll-off. Well, not linear, but just not as tight as that logarithmic. All right. If you go to Effects, Filter Curve EQ, Presets. Really? Effects. What was that? Filter Curve EQ? I don't see it. Okay. That's good. And let's give it a little bit of that too. And then let's go to our sound, right? And I want it to loop. So this is going to be public domain. Rolls Royce Papa. And so that's going to play on loop as we enter this creepy room. Now, personally, I feel like this room is a little too bright. It's not creepy enough. So I'm of the opinion that I want to delete one of these lamps. Now, it's going to have to rebake, but we're only baking at 1 texel. Usually, you'll do like 40 texels is your resolution, which is going to allow like sharp shadows to appear. But right now, we're just doing 1, so we're going to see a lot of weird fragments in our bake. But that's okay. That's okay for now. At the end of the day, you know, you're not finalizing. You're not going to finalize your scene. Okay. If I turn this off, what does it look like? Okay, the room is much darker. That's good. Yeah, so I'm actually going to shrink the. Let's replace this one. So this one is currently set to room dim. Okay, no, that's good. It's good. Do we have a different one? No, dim is, what am I trying to say? This one is just too, it's too bright in here. I'm going to turn it off. Just going to turn it off completely. I will say it might be pretty cool if you had like just a subtle glow. I don't know. Like a subtle glow where these windows are, you know? Just sort of right here. Let's test it out. You guys want to test it out and see what we get? So if I were to do something like this, it's gonna be a hyper specific looking room with like a bluish light maybe. So let's try that. Grayish blue light. That's kind of cool. Let's take a look. So this is what it'll look like when you walk in. Sometimes you really want to just desaturate the crap out of it so it doesn't ruin your color scheme. Okay, we're going to decrease the range significantly. Just so it's very ambient. Yeah, that's kind of cool, right? All right, you guys want to take a look and see how this gramophone feels? So what we're going to do is go to this hallway here. And this is near the elevator. And we're going to just move the spawn point A right here. Make sure we clear all of our save files, and let's hit play and see how this feels, okay? Delete that spider because I don't have a weapon. Come here, buddy. Die. Oh. All right. Very good. I like it a lot. I think we could probably just drop the volume down, and then that's good enough. So if we just drop the volume down, that's a pretty cool looking gramophone, or sounding gramophone. I think it adds a lot of atmosphere to it. It really does. So we're just going to do a volume of 0.6. Really should probably be 0.5. Oddly, sometimes it feels like Unity's volume is actually exponential or logarithmic or something. Because if you set it to like 0.6, it's like not that much lower, but if you set it to 0.3, it's like significantly lower. So sometimes it's confusing. Yeah, so we've got Bioshock vibes. Something that I realized though, and I suppose after talking to the creator of the Cult of the Lamb, his name is Jay, he's a friend of mine. He just basically said, look, you can't really get away with making games that are just sort of like other games from 2011. You just can't do it anymore. Maybe it's not that serious, but I think that you got to come up with some unique hook. And so we're definitely doing that right now. But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm still cool with making a Bioshocky game. We're still working out a hook, though, that makes this thing unique, right? But overall, hey, looks pretty cool to me. I really like that. I'm going to set this down to 25 so that it's not super bright. But that looks cool. We could probably get away with a little bit of green, actually. Yeah, just a tiny bit. That's great. Stage lights, we could even set those to green. But I'm not going to worry about that right now, okay? So we've got this gramophone. It's not set to static. I'm curious as to why. Let's go ahead and just set it to static. And then we could take this and we could put it somewhere else in the context of our level, okay? I'm curious where we could put it. I've always wanted one to be like right next to the entrance here. So I'm going to go ahead and just place one here as well. And this one, you know, we could have a separate track, a different sort of public domain track. So let's find one, okay? Let's find one. Cult of the Lamb is great. It's awesome. It looks like older indie games, so like Hollow Knight. It looks like that in its own little way. But it's got a mechanic and hooks and Twitch integration that is very much modern. I would consider it modern. Okay, let's go ahead and find one more. Okay, and this one should sound a little bit different. So let's see if we could find some cool jazz songs here. Virginia Liston, we already got that one. She's great. So let's take a look at this one, which is Evil Minded Blues. I don't love blues. So let's see if we can find maybe something. Oh, this is great here. We've got this is a male. Okay. Nah. Religion. As much as I want to do that, because I love old religious songs, I think what we want to do is find some jazz. Jazz. We got any jazz? This is like a terrible way. There we go. I don't want New Orleans. I want like New York jazz. Jess Stacy. Let's take a look. I like it. It's not really hitting the vibe, though. It's making me relaxed, and I don't want to feel relaxed. Let's keep on looking. British songs about dogs. Wow, okay. Dancing. Johnny Dodd's Trio. That's great. I love it. This is great for the beginning too. Thank you, Johnny Dodd's Trio. I really like it. So let's make sure we open this up and get we want it to be -12, between -6 and -12. So let's make sure. Let's add a fart sound in there. Okay. Good. There we go. There we go. That's the one. Awesome. Tracks. Mix and render. Add a bit of distortion. Close. And then the filter EQ. Good. So if they stick around and listen to the end, they'll get this. No, the distortion's a little too much. Or maybe it's the graphic EQ. I think we need that bass in there. Look, if you want a flatulent, you gotta add that bass. Okay, that's great. So we just pull that right here and then just... All right, perfect. I'm spitting everywhere. Farting and spitting. Export as a wave. This is great. So this one's going to be public domain. And this is the thing that I've learned about, especially if you're making an indie game. If you slam a bunch of stuff into the scene right off the bat, tons of lights, tons of effects, tons of cool stuff, tons of music, tons of gramophones, all this crazy stuff all at once, the player's going to expect that all the time. And so what we're trying to do with this game is even it out, add some space, add some ambience, and then every once in a while you get to a gramophone that's playing some music. So it's a very patient, explorative feeling. We're trying to go for that old school Half-Life feel, right? So let's import this here. Okay, so let's just pull in the other public domain, the fart song. Okay, so if we bring our spawn point A over here, we'll spawn on in and take a look and see how it sounds. So I want this music to be playing while the voiceover is going. Okay, I think what I want to do is just have it a little bit more quiet. 0.2 and let's drop that pitch down a little bit, right? I want this gramophone needs to feel a lot more atmospheric. A lot more atmospheric. Do we have a reverb zone? Let's double check. Okay, we have a reverb zone and it's currently set to user, which I believe is I set that up like a week ago to be a little bit more ambient. So let's take a look.
Good evening, lucky one. This is your host, Mr. Tinker. I'm so thrilled to have you join our little game show. Remember, keep your eyes peeled for the velvet ticket. Once you find it, insert it in the elevator. We'll see you on the next floor. Try not to be nervous. The whole world is watching.
Great. See what I mean, guys? Very subtle. And then it goes out. Now let's see how this other room feels. Double check this. Great. Okay. By the way, we got cookies working. Those are the lights have cookies on them, so it adds that cool little line there against the walls. Pretty cool. Wait, what just happened? We need to fix that. Great, guys. That's perfect, honestly. Having these gramophones is really going to add some ambience here. No, we're not using the default render pipeline. We're using universal render pipeline. And that's because we want to make sure that by the time this game is released, it's using some sort of Unity standard, which ironically, you know, the standard pipeline is not going to be their standard. At least that's my opinion. But HDRP, you know, I don't really want to use that because I want to release this game on Nintendo Switch. So yeah, this is a theme park. It's a theme park ride. So it's like basically Tower of Terror, but like a mile high. That's sort of one of the hooks that we're using for the feel of this game. Okay, that's great. The next thing I wanted to do is start creating some decals that we can put on walls. I believe if we open up a new file here, if we do 1920 by 1920, we can do like blood splatter. The very first thing we want to do is just blood dripping down. So we're going to use Noun Project actually for this. So let's create some. And this is the thing, guys, when you're creating, this is what I'm learning. So whenever I give advice during my streams, it's just stuff that I'm telling myself because I'm learning it. When you're creating an indie game, instead of creating all these new models, just try and use lighting and decals and ambience and music as a way to differentiate the mood as you explore. And I always try and make sure I think about Hollow Knight. I always think about Hollow Knight. It's a totally different game. It's 2D, but Hollow Knight, you know, you can be in the same environment for like 2 hours and you don't get bored. And that's just because there's tiny little things that change as you explore, right? Things get narrow, then they get wide. And even Hollow Knight entirely doesn't even look that different level to level. And that's all they do is really just change a few of the sprites. They change the background graphics and then the coloring. So and that's even, I think that's a post-processing effect, honestly. Let's do blood spatter or splatter. They probably won't have anything for this. Well, there we go. And what we're gonna do is try and find one that looks a little bit more realistic. That's cool. Okay, so. And we're going to make it look not so vector arty. And the way we're going to do that is, and also let's do ink drip. So we want it dripping down the wall, kind of like one of my favorite movies is Sinister. Does anybody remember the front cover to Sinister? There we go. We'll take that one here, bring it in. Color overlay. We're just going to do black for now. Okay, and we're going to merge these two together. Okay, hey. And then bring that up here. Come on, buddy. By the way, those of you just joining us, just remember that you can get full-time game dev, which is my massive program. It's going to take you more than 2 months to finish this thing. You can get it for 50% off right now. And this sale event ends Friday, so if you want to take advantage of this sale event, be sure to check it out below. I have over 3,000 students. By the way, if you're a student, let us know in the chat what you think about the program. And I can say that confidently because I know my students love the program. So be sure to check it out, guys, if you're interested. Let's make this a little bit thinner. And I've definitely got a mindset now that's a little bit different than my mindset last year. Last year's mindset was, I'm just going to create cool stuff, and if I want to use it in the game, I will. And so I didn't really have a permanence in my mind. But right now, this is permanent. Like, we're like, okay, this will ship with the game. And I have to keep telling myself that because otherwise you're just always going to sort of, I don't want to use the word on stream, you're going to D around for a long time and never actually get anything done. So we're officially in production mode. That's the way I'm thinking of this. That down there is a little much. It's a big old drop of blood. We don't want that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is merge all this together. And what I'm going to do is blur. I'm going to duplicate it, and we're going to do a motion blur like this. Okay. But not for this bottom portion. So you just sort of make it look like it's stained almost. Then I'm going to blur this out. Okay. Merge all of that together. Then we're going to do one more just Gaussian blur. That, and then we can merge these pieces out. Good, and then we don't want this to be blurry. Okay, let's try that. Convert all that to a smart object. We're going to do a color overlay of just vibrant red. I'm going to trim it up. File, save as, and let's just save it into our art folder. Guys, when you're saving your files, especially for 3D games, it's obviously relevant for 2D, but for 3D games as well, you really want to make sure blood drip. You really want to make sure that you're being very intentional with where you're saving things. Now, this isn't necessarily going to be a decal. What I mean is, it's not going to use a decal projector. It's just going to be a straight up decal. So I'm just going to create a new 3D object, a quad, right here. I'm going to put it right here. And let's just go ahead and put our blood splatter drip. Okay, we have a lot of blood splatters, actually. None of them are what we need, which is great because we're making our own custom ones. But we're going to call this, we're going to search for blood drip. There it is. Just drag it on there, and it's going to create its own material. Good. And we want to make sure it's set to transparent, and we remove the matte. Now let's go ahead and just go to Universal Render Pipeline. We're going to do lit. And then we're going to make sure it's set to transparent. And multiply? No. Additive? Why don't we do a lit sprite or a lit particle? We're going to just do, can we do color? Hopefully. Additive. Multiply. There we go. I believe we're going to have a problem with the sprite shader, though. Just because it's not going to receive fog well. But we're going to double check here. Let's turn off the mesh collider. And we're going to snap it right up against this wall. Okay. So just bring it over just a tad. Actually, I think we need to flip this. I just want to slowly, and I'm going to be really intentional with where I'm placing the blood. The goal with the blood in any decal, at least in my worldview, is when the player starts getting bored, throw in some decals. And you see this on streams all the time with, like, I watched it with Markiplier in the Backrooms games. Basically, once you can estimate the streamer is getting bored, you throw in a story element or like something written in blood on the wall, and they'll stop and they'll talk about the wall for like a minute, or maybe like 30 seconds, but hopefully you get the idea. That looks cool, doesn't it? Let's save that and let's hit play and see if it looks good. I doubt it's gonna look good with the fog, because sprite shaders usually don't look good with fog. So yeah, you can see it through the fog. It's not even properly lit.
This is your host, Mr. Tinker.
Yeah.
I'm so thrilled to have you join our
So we need to make sure that this, you know what's frustrating is I just want it to be lit. I want it to be, well, maybe particles. I want it to be a normal lit, but with a blending mode of, wait for it, normal. I just want normal blending mode. So does anybody know? Does anybody know what we're doing here? So we need to flip that around, I guess. Okay, I guess it's because it's shiny. That's why. So it's got a shine to it, and we don't want that. We're not going to worry about normal maps. So yes, okay. So Thomas, you're an idiot. We're going to do 0. Or no, 90. How about -90? There we go. And it doesn't need to have a shine to it. So we'll turn off, make the smoothness 0. Hey, that's the solution. Okay, good. Let's make sure it's positioned perfectly. So snap that against the wall. And we are good to go. And so now we have this really cool blood splatter. I'm going to make sure that, I'm just going to mute things for now, because I'm getting sick of hearing my voice acting. There we go. Boom. And let's take a look and see if we can see some blood. Good, okay. So I need to set it to static. But yeah, that looks great. All right, I need to set that to static. And then we'll create a prefab out of it. Yeah. Clipping is cheaper. Yes, but we're not going to see, well, I don't know if it is cheaper in this case because you're still rendering transparent pixels. Receive shadows, yes. I do want it to receive shadows. I don't want it to cast shadows. We're going to set it to static, and then we're going to call this decal quad. And we're going to just drag it into our effects art folder. Really, it's in our prefabs, actually. So let's go ahead and put it in our prefabs folder here. There it is, effects. We're just going to drag this into our decal quads. And this one's going to be in particular called decal quad blood drip. Okay. And now we can create a prefab variant out of that decal quad. So prefab variant. So now we have decal quad, which is the core, right? So if we need to make any changes to the core of the quad, we'll do that. Now we can create a lot of different blood splatters. So I'm going to create 3. All right. So we want 3 blood splatters. This one, definitely want to put that over here where the player starts to get bored. Maybe even scare them by like putting it right there against that wall, you know? Or maybe on the floor. We could do it on the floor, but not for blood drip. So right about there, we could probably do it. So I'm going to do that. Let's just put that quad right there. Hold control to rotate, right? And it's going to rotate perfectly. Just like that. I'm going to even hold V here and just snap it right against the wall. There we go. And then just pull it just a tad. There it is. Increments of... We're going to turn off snapping for a sec. Okay, so it's right there. Let's turn off snapping and just pull. There it is. Just so it's perfectly lined up right there. Okay. We could do it like that if we wanted to and pull it up like that. And I feel like I want it to be a little bit more intense. So let's open it up in Photoshop and do 2 on top of each other and save it. See what it looks like. There we go. Yeah, that looks great. Finger smudging. Okay. Okay, we can do finger smudging. So there's some blood there. That's cool. So as you come in, you see blood, and then maybe over here, above that door, or maybe right there, we can do some more blood splatter as well. So that's great. All right, let's do another blood splatter. Just gonna delete this one entirely, and we're gonna call this one file save as blood splatter. There's another one, and then go to our extensions, now in project, blood splatter. See what we got. That one looks great, actually. Not sure we need to do much more with it. Let's make sure it's the right color, though. So if we open up the other one, and just do a color overlay on top. Good. That's great. And we can even do that, like fingerprints. That sounds cool. Handprint. So we could definitely do a handprint one. But for this one, let's just do a normal blood splatter. We'll do a handprint one in just a little bit, okay? And then we'll do writing as well. So remember, sort of a blurry motion blur. Just make it look stained a little bit. And then we'll also do a regular blur. And then you sort of just fade between all 3. So this one here, we'll just do this. Okay. This one here, we'll just do this. Actually, like that. And then this one is on the bottom, and that one just sort of fades a little bit. Okay. That's pretty cool. Merge those together, and then just do a subtle fading, very subtle, where there's very harsh lines, otherwise it looks toony. And then I think that's good. All right, we got blood splatter there. Save it. It's the same canvas size, so it'll look square on the quad, which is what we want. So let's just go ahead and find our quad decal. And look, we can just drag in this one. That's our blood splatter one. And we can do this. Now, obviously, you can use a decal projector, guys, but we're not going to be using a decal projector. We're not going to be doing that. Okay, just pull it just a tad so it's just on the outside there. And then, remember, we just take that blood drip splatter, drag it on there, and then make sure we set it to transparent, right? Same sort of mentality here. Metallic, transparent, smoothness 0. And this is a great time to show you guys why we remove the matte, okay? Because the matte is this, it's trying to render the transparent pixels. It doesn't know what the color should be beneath it, so it's just putting white beneath it. So the way you solve that is you go into the actual import settings and go to Alpha's transparency and remove matte and hit apply. So now we have this blood splatter right here. Pretty cool. And I like to sort of maybe even rotate, just figure out the rotation here and scale it. There we go. It's almost like the painting was put on top of it, which is kind of hilarious. Let's drop the opacity down for this guy. Make it look a little bit more like a stain here. That's cool. Okay. Awesome. So we can actually use this one on the floors as well, right? So if I wanted to put some blood right here, I could select this. And actually, let's make sure we create a new variant out of this. So this one's going to be called blood splatter. And just drag that here. That's going to be a prefab variant. Yeah. And then drag it right here. So we can just take this and just put it on the floor. Okay. And we're just adding variations, right? So if I hold control, it's going to snap it perfectly. And then I just put it right there. You can do a pretty big one here, you know. There we go. Nice little ugly stain right there to add just a little bit of detailing to an otherwise very clean level, right? Awesome. Okay, you guys wanted to do handprints as well. So, by the way, let's go ahead and take a look at this. Just want to see how it looks. Yeah, blood handprints. It looks like the bake is still occurring. So that's why it's super dark. But we can still take a look over here. Okay, I think it needs to be a little bit more vibrant. So let's just increase the opacity to 88%. Keep going. Come on, Unity. Okay, I just died. Yeah, that looks good right there. Good, good, good. Okay, handprints. You guys want to do handprints? All right. And we can even make a really big handprint and then just compress it down so that the size is the same. So this is going to be handprint, blood handprint. There we go. Save that and then go to noun project, handprint, right? That looks great. No reason to change that, right? Awesome, I like it. Just a little bit of subtle blurring here so that it's faded here and then right here. Sort of just have a little bit of, yeah, just like that. All right, that's great. Bloody handprints, classic, yeah. So let's go ahead and put it on the the wall right here next to the door. So I'm just going to take that quad, decal quad for the splatter here, put it right here. And I'm going to rotate it. Make sure the rotation is a clean number, right? 0, negative, how about 0, and then 0. Yeah, there we go. And then we're going to go to that handprint and just drag it on in there. Right there. And then make sure we, obviously drop this down significantly, like to maybe like 128 with, we could definitely use crunch compression, but that's good. And then remember, alpha is transparency, remove matte, hit apply, and then the handprint here. We can do no smoothness, and then transparent, yeah. And then that's it, honestly. So let's take that handprint here, and we need to make a prefab out of it, right? But we could do this. And obviously we could put it on the elevator door, and we'll probably need to do that. But for me, right now, just for the purposes of this, we're not done with the elevator yet. I'm just going to do it right here. Okay. Now remember, decal quad, blood splatter. We're going to call it handprint. Select it, and then drag in this new one. It's going to be a variant. There we go. And I'll drop down the opacity a little bit, right? There we go. And then take a look and see here what happens if I flip it. Now, I don't like flipping the scale of objects. I really don't. But in this case, it works. Okay. All right, let's hit play and take a look. And by the way, we've got global illumination occurring right now. So it is currently baking. So that's why it's so dark. The hotel is currently baking. Let's turn on the music just to get a vibe here.
Lucky one. This is your host, Mr. Tinker. I'm so thrilled to have you join our little game. Remember, keep your eyes peeled for the velvet ticket. Once you find it, it's certain you can have the elevator. We'll see you on the next floor. Try not to be nervous. The whole world is watching.
Looks good. So just a subtle little ugh, like somebody vomited blood. Great. And then on the walls here, it looks like they disappeared. No, they're right there. Good. Okay. I was going to say they might have been culled out. That looks great, guys. Honestly, very good. Probably make them a little bit darker. But yeah. Awesome. So let's make sure that the good. Okay, they're interacting with the fog, which is great. But just subtle little details, right, guys? Hey, remember we had one more thing we wanted to do. Some writing. Now, I think what I want to do, and I don't usually do this, but for the sake of time, we're going to do a little bit of defont searching. And we're going to go to handwritten and see what kind of handwriting we can do here. So, something like it's, and we're not going to write this out in Photoshop. These are going to be actual text, 3D text, because I want these to be able to be changed by the player and pushed to a server. Okay, so at the very least, we're just going to have 3D text right now. Okay, so something like help me. That one might work, believe it or not. It doesn't need to be pretty. It needs to be like sort of hand drawn. So how about creepy handwritten? See what we can find. Creepy handwritten font. We do a little bit of Google searching here. Help me. That's good. Pretty good there. Let's keep going. I'm really particular about handwritten fonts because they can look cheesy really fast. I kind of like that one, but it doesn't look as done like it's done with the finger. If it's all caps, what does that one look like? That's pretty good. I think that'll do, Donkey. What do you guys think? You got to buy this one. Let's double check and see how much this is. Free for commercial use. That's what that meant. Sweet. Okay. This one right here is not. I do like that one too. I kind of like that one better. So I'll reach out to the developer of that one, see if I can secure a license. I like that one. So this is going to be a 3D font. So that means we need to extract it, right? And then we need to create a new 3D font from it inside of Unity. So I'm actually going to open up my fonts folder here. Okay, we have a lot of different fonts folder. Let's see if we got the right one. Where are my fonts stored? So that's Text Mesh Pro. Can you do a 3D Text Mesh Pro? You can. So that's great. So we're going to go ahead and put the font in here. You just paste it in there, guys. There's the font. And we're going to create a new Text Mesh Pro font asset out of that. There it is. And we have the material there. So that's good. There it is. There it is. So now we can go ahead and create our new 3D text here. So I'm just going to create one. And again, this is something we want to do for as one of the hooks of the game, which is you could put clues around the hotel as a player. So we're going to add multiplayer elements. And believe it or not, I think Unity's new multiplayer features are going to be very helpful to us. So let's zero this out in terms of its rotation. And that is 3D, so that's good. I believe it is. So let's see here if we could put it up here. Just for now, just to test it out. Let's take a look. Oddly, we're getting some strange clipping there, and I'm wondering why. Anyway, you pull it just forward a little bit, and then we're going to go ahead and bring in that new font. Okay. There it is. Awesome. Okay, now make sure the material is set properly. The material is Truth Will Out, and it is currently set to Text Mesh Pro distance field. So if I zoom out, is it lit? That's the question. Okay, it looks like the fog is not affecting it, so we need to create a new material out of it. I believe we can duplicate that and call this Truth Will Out lit material. And double check here. This sucks. Do they have a lit one? Text Mesh Pro. Surface? I'm trying to figure out what it would be. I've never done this before, actually. Can we set it to lit? I don't think we can we, guys? Let's go to Game Object, 3D Object, Text. Okay, so how do you get it lit? That's the question. How do you get this to be lit? Does anybody know? All right. All right, and then we're going to write help me, please. Okay. This is obviously a trope in a ton of these kind of games, which I don't mind. I'm a fan of tropes, believe it or not. I like tropes. Okay, let's just take a look here and see. How do I make it lit? Click to expand on lighting. Oh. Local lighting? No. Environment? Nope. Nope. Yeah, it looks like it's not being affected by the fog. We really want it to be. If I go to my lighting tab here, we go to our fog. If we set it to 0, you can still see it. See? So it's not affected by lighting for some reason. So we need to figure out what to do here. Under material emission? Where? Material presets. Truth will outlit material. We have 2, right? This lit one isn't doing anything for us. Wait, delete that. Under material emission? No. Let's do a little Google search. Text Mesh Pro 3D text lit. How to get Text Mesh Pro to render onto... No. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Fog. Why is 3D text not affected by fog? Use a material with a shader that has fog in it. The default doesn't. What? No. Looks like we need to create one, which sucks. Why would they do that? Did you try the surface shader variant? We can try it. It's not working with URP. So that's the problem with it. It doesn't seem to work with URP. Although, no. Wrong. No, wrong. What am I doing? Wait. Let's see here. What's going on? No, yeah. We're getting some issues. Basically, it looks like it doesn't work with URP. So I'm not so sure. Let's drag it up right here. Never done this before, so let's see here. Yeah, that should be affected by the fog, but it's not. We're gonna figure it out, guys. Crap. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was gonna be easier than that. Well. Let's create a new shader. No, but that's not gonna work either. Okay, well, overall works fine. I just think we need to figure out how to get it to work with the with fog, and I'm not so sure at the moment how to do that. But right now we're gonna go ahead and drag this into our prefabs folder. All right, so we're gonna call this bloody wall text decal. Okay, thank you, Ashutosh. Thank you. Could set up a material to display normal lit textures, then trigger the light effects over top. No. No, maybe. But let's go ahead and put that into our effects folder. And overall, you know, things are looking pretty cool.
Good evening, lucky one. This is your host, Mr. Tinker. I'm so thrilled to have you join our little game show. Remember, keep your eyes peeled for the velvet ticket. Once you find it, insert it into the happy elevator.
Good.
We'll see you on the next floor. Try not to be nervous.
Good.
The whole world is watching.
Awesome. Sweet. So obviously, you know, we need it to be lit, and I just don't know how. So that's so far, you know, so far, so good. Awesome blossom. Just remember, guys, you can join Full-Time Game Dev, get 50% off the program. This is a massive program. I got 3,000 students. By the way, if you're a student, let us know in the chat. You're going to get 50% off the program plus these 3 bonus courses. This is going to end on Friday, okay? And today it probably already did end because a lot of times these coupon codes do sell out. Today we've added 2 seats, so there's 2 seats available. So be sure to check it out below if you're interested. You're going to learn everything I've learned in the last 15 years of making indie games. On top of that, all of my 2D art techniques, how I got featured by Time Magazine, right? How I got featured by Washington Post. They loved the art style in my games. I teach that art style in this free bonus course, 2D Art Pro. How to get Jacksepticeye to play your game. How to get Game Grumps. How to get MatPat. How to get PewDiePie to play your games. That's in Stream My Game. Teaches you the techniques to reaching out to YouTubers and incentivizing them to play your game. How do you get them to answer your email? That's the big question, right? And also this free Easy 3D program. And also free t-shirt as well, which is a nice little bonus. 3,000 students worldwide, massive program, guys. Really is a great program. So check it out below if you're interested. This is a really fun stream. I had a good time with you guys. Thanks for your help. Take it easy. Cheers. Get over here. Get down. Hey, thanks for watching. By the way, if you haven't downloaded that free 2D game kit below, click below. It's my treat to you. I used this game kit to make a game for PewDiePie in 14 days, and I actually got to play it with him in front of his audience, which was really cool. This game kit is totally free. It's my treat to you, and you can use it however you want. You can make a commercial game and make $1 million off this game kit. I don't care. Or you could just use it for a hobby project. It's my treat to you. And by the way, if you haven't clicked like, that would mean a ton to me. Hit subscribe. And also, this is important, hit that notification bell. Here's why. If you get notified of when I'm live, you can watch me make my next game and let me know in the chat what you think about the game or any ideas you have. And you might just show up. Your chat might just show up in the next video that I upload. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye.